Hello YouTube! I am Pinstar, and this is Factorio Strategy and Tactics episode 9. So in our last episode we added steel to our lovely spine here. So now it is time to start making use of that material and getting some extra things manufactured up. I'm going to go for circuit networks here because I have a specific build that I want to show you here. And it's going to require that circuit networks technology to show off to you. Alright, so looking at our supplies here and looking at our production, the other thing I want to get into is oil. Now, in order to make oil, we need pump jacks. Now, pump jacks themselves, I mean, I'm not going to necessarily, I mean, I guess I could, but I'm not going to necessarily manufacture you know what? I could make something that makes pump jacks, because I've got the electronic circuits. I can get the iron gear wheels from up top there. We can set something to manufacture the pipes, and we've got the steel. So you know what? Let's manufacture. Well, no, that's just silly because we only need 6 pump jacks, honestly. But what I do want to do, because we are going to be using a prodigious amount of it for our production here, is getting a little pipe set up over here. And actually, since pipes only require iron, we're going to set it up over here. Alright, so other than that, yeah, we could do that. Advanced electronics, nah. Lasers, very tempting, but no, let's get the batteries. Alright, so with circuit networks created here, let's get another assembling machine. Alright, so here's a little bit of an advanced build here. And this is something I'm not going to take credit for this. My buddy Negative came up with this little build here, so credit goes to him for creating this little thing here. So the first thing we need to make here is, and this is going to be sort of your little intro to programming in this thing. We're actually going to be doing something a little fancy here. We're going to get a couple of things of red wire that sort of sends programming instructions. We need to make a smart chest, from which we need steel, which we can steal some steel. Yeah, just one of those. We also need some smart inserters. 2 of them, actually. Alright, so here's how this works. So what we want to do is, this one we want to be just normal pipes, and all that requires is iron. This one we want to be pipe to grounds. Now, pipe to ground requires normal pipes and iron. But we also want normal pipes in of themselves. So what do? We make ourselves a smart chest right here in the middle. And this is where both of them is going to do it. Now, we want to keep the ratios between these two useful. You know, we don't want them to make a zillion pipe to grounds and no pipes, and vice versa. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to set up these smart inserters to tell them how many of each thing to make. And yeah, we're going to, alright, we got the battery. Accumulators, that is definitely useful if we're going to be tapping into solar. Alright, so here's what we do. We're going to take the wire, and you start on the pole here, and you hook the wire to one thing, and to the chest here. So that hooks up this inserter. I need one more wire. And you hook up to that chest. Beautiful. All right, so now that these are in here, we can tell them. Basically produce things as long as this condition is met. So the condition we want for this one is as long as steel pipes are less than, let's say 100. We'll set that at 100. So as long as there's fewer than 100 steel pipes in here, this thing will keep on putting stuff into this smart chest. This one, we want if pipe to grounds is less than, I'll say, oops, it's less than pipe to grounds. Yes, you can actually set it to be a, set it to compare it to other products. You can get really fancy with this, and later down the line here, we are going to get fancy with it. So now that those are all programmed, the last thing that we need is a long-handled inserter to get the pipes into the to the pipe-to-ground machine. Like so. And then lastly, we just need to have both of these guys have iron. I think 2 fast inserters are required for this production. Just to have it at optimal speed here. I could be mistaken, though. Yeah, we don't need the fasts. But, I already put them in. Alright, so this thing is churning out pipes. The pipes are getting priority for this here. So this thing is churning out pipe to grounds. Yeah, it takes a little while here. But again, this is meant to be an accumulator here. It is not. I mean, I guess this thing could be upgraded. Yeah, we could make that a blue. Let's make you a blue. Energy accumulators, good. I'm starting to run out of stuff to make. Yeah, that's. We're eventually going to run out of green science stuff to make, but I do want engines. That's another important item here. So yeah, we'll upgrade this bad boy to blue. And so that will make this produce a little bit faster. Why have you stopped? Now this one, I guess, got priority. So it's going to start putting into here. But once it fills up with 100 pipes, like I told it to, it's going to stop trying to put pipes in the chest, and then this other one will get dibs. Yeah, let me just grab from here, because I want to start, well, hang on, pump jacks, yeah, require a lot of pipes, and a lot of iron gear wheels. So let's siphon. Oh, I need more steel. Well, let us steal the steel. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to get all of our pump jacks set. And, what am I missing here? Electronic circuits. I can steal those. What else am I missing here? Pipes. More pipes. Require additional pipe. And iron gear wheels, which means more iron. Yeah, these things take a long time to manufacture. But since we are only having 6 of them, the reason why we're only having 6 of them is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is the oil deposits available to us. In fact, there's not a lot in the way of oil, or rather thick oil. Yeah, there's the next thick oil field is like way the heck up here. So we're gonna have to make these oil patches count for a while. Is it just me, or has that thing gotten bigger? Like, this thing seems to have gotten a little smaller. Oh, wait, no, that's not that thing. That's something else. But yeah, we're going to have to make this oil count for us. Alright, now the other thing I want to manufacture in larger quantities, not a lot of people don't manufacture these in mass quantities, but I like to, is these storage tanks. 20 iron plates, 5 steel plates. Easy enough to manufacture. What I will do is, actually, we'll break off the spine here, just like we are supposed to. So we'll do underground belts. Yeah, I want it on this side, even though it's going to make us send the iron a little bit further. So yeah, you go here. Actually, we'll make you 3. You need to go that way. And we also need splitters. 2 splitters. 1 more underground. We're still making the pump jacks. Let's grab those repair packs so we have them. And these guys can spring into action and make more for us. Yeah, so yeah, because here's the reason. I like to have a lot of storage for just my crude. What I do is I like to tap all of the oil in a reasonable area and just pile it all into one gigantic oil well. And then from there, from that gigantic oil well, I can decide how, where, when, and where I want to refine. Oh yeah, these guys are doing their thing slowly. It might not be a strict 5 to 5. Yeah, I'll look up the ratio in a little bit. Okay. All right. So all of you stuff is done here. So let me finish my little tap. Our little site tapping in here. Belts. Where's my regular belts? Regular belts. Did I not have regular belts? Am I going blind? Am I going crazy? I must be. I guess I need more regular belts. Okay, so yeah, you are going to go out like that. And you need to dive under, so you need to duck the, you got to duck the iron here. And then actually, yeah, you need to dive under as well. I'm going to have you dive under here. That works out. There it is. There it is. So now we, yeah, so you go down here, and so now we have the two components that we want, and this goes down here. So now our spine is still intact, but we are able to siphon off the ingredients that we wanted. So up here, we're going to get you, and we need more vanilla inserters here, so let us grab those. So you, and a log handle for you, and then dump you into a box. That's all we really need. And we will cap the box at just one stack, because we need a lot of them, but we don't need that many of them. Alright, so there we go. Now, what needs the lion's share? Actually, it's probably, yeah, the iron plates. So this is actually kind of set up improperly. It really should be the iron plates that are up higher. Actually, well, no, I don't want to cut that off, because this will be a useful line for me otherwise. We don't need to manufacture these at blazing speeds. The fact that they're just doing their thing. We can get another long-handled inserter going here. There. Get you going. Double up on that. Alright, so we're going to get our pump jacks here, all 6 of them, and get them situated here. There's one. Sometimes if it's buried under these things, you can check the map. You also want to make sure you don't accidentally cover up your oil with other buildings during your... There we go. Up there. And where's our last one? It's up higher. These are going to be a little bit in the way, but we're going to do our best to try and root around that. Jeez, where is it? There it is. Perfect. Alright, so you 3 are set. Obviously they need piping and power and all that good stuff, but they're set for the moment. Yeah, we gotta upgrade this little line here. I was wrong about the ratios. But oil is our focus. There we go. And let's get some medium power poles going. And use the little one over here. Alright, so you guys are going here. Now we need to, and this is why I set up that whole piping shenanigans over here. Now, if I set this up properly, we will have exactly 50 pipe to grounds and 100, and look at that. Look at that. Thing of beauty. Thing o' beauty. And as soon as we take it, they all spring into action because their condition has now been fulfilled, saying, "Hey, we haven't met the condition. We gotta do our stuff again." All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let me designate a spot for 15 gnawing on the walls. Hang on. Somebody run out of ammo. No, it was just that massive of an attack. Jeez. You guys are getting feisty. You guys are getting really feisty. We have? No, we need to pick up another thing of bullets. Let me go get another thing of bullets. You get, and the rest of you get some reinforcements. And yeah, look at that. They're doing a number on the walls here. Good thing I automated repair packs. Alright, well, hopefully this thicker line of them deals with them a little bit better here. Sorry about the interruption, folks. But biters gonna bite. Biters gonna bite. What can you do besides shoot them? Which is what we're doing. All right, so let's go pick up our our little containers here. There we go. 29 storage tanks, more than enough. So now we got to plan ahead here. We got to say, where do we want our oil stuff? And I'm gonna say, well, I don't want it over in here because this is going to be more transportation for us. Right here-ish is going to be our oil thing because it's got good proximity to water, which is going to be important down the line. So we're going to set up our little oil field over here. Now the key to doing this in this method is to tile them. So you can't just set them up left to right, like side to side like that. What you got to do is you got to flip them and tile them like that, and then flip it, and 1, 2, 3. Flip it, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4x4 is pretty good. So I'm just gonna flip that there. Flip you here. And now, all of these are interconnected, so they're basically one gigantic storage tank. Now, all we got to do is got to route the pipes in here, and then bring them down here. Now, we are going to use a lot of normal pipe, but first we're going to use normal pipe just to hook these guys up to each other. You want to kind of avoid using normal pipe when possible. Just because it blocks your movement, and once you get a thick enough network of normal pipe, then it becomes very difficult to get where you want to go. So you basically want to bunny hop around with pipe to grounds. You know, you can use, obviously they have to emerge after a while, but you can use those to turn corners here. That's why I made so many pipe to grounds here. So we come down here, we can use a normal pipe to turn the corner. Bring you over here. normal pipe to turn the corner. And even if you're just going vast distances, just pipe to ground to pipe to ground, I'm not going to be able to get away with that. That's okay. We will get you over here so you can plug into the network here. And then boom, look at that. Just whoosh, fill in with oil. So now all three of those productions are going into this big, gigantic oil storage here. Let's get a light. And then over here, same principle. You know, we're going to use the normal things just to hook these guys up to each other. I might use a pipe to ground for this one since it has to travel so far. Pipe to ground. There we go. And get a normal pipe over here. Let's get some electricity. Alright, so you guys are pumping away, and now we just got to deliver the fuel up here. Yeah, pipe to ground to pipe to ground to pipe to ground to pipe to ground. Almost. Alright, well, fair enough. Yeah, we'll do that. Nope, that won't work. No, here's what we got to do. We're going to do one back, just so we have the, just so we have room for the pipe to grounds here. All right, so pipe to ground. Where did I put my pipe to ground? Pipe to ground. There you are. Oh wait, that's already a pipe to ground. There we go. Pipe to ground to there. Pipe to ground to our storage network. Now we've got all 6 of those feeding into this massive storage well here. Now obviously I can't run through this, but because it's just a giant block, I can run around it, and there's plenty of room to run around it in each of the different directions here. So now we want ourselves a refinery. What are we lacking? We are lacking iron plates. Why am I not surprised? Now for the oil refineries, I will get into improving the ratios in a while, but mainly with the oil refineries, I only make one in the... Oh, I haven't been doing research here. Jeebus. Come on, get it together, Pinstar. How long has that been going on for? Sheesh. What do I want to research? Nope, can't do gun turret 4. That's blue science. Let me just see lasers. Locomotion's really good too. So many things I want. Electric engines. Oh. Oh, electric engines. Don't get me started. You know what? I'm going to start on electric engines. I'm going to do that. Right then. Sorry about that. So where is my... Oh, I'm still making it. Yeah, this thing takes frickin' forever. So yeah, it has 2 inputs and 3 outputs, and this is important, actually. Quite important. But yeah, we're just going to plug this right here. Actually, we can plug it right here. Tell you to make oil, and plug in a pipe. Obviously it needs some power. Here, we'll use this one lonesome thing here. There we go. Now, you can see here it is producing 3 different flavors of oil here. One is basically heavy crude, or yeah, one's heavy oil, one's medium oil or light oil, and one is petrol. Petrol is the most useful and most demanded of all the oils, and it makes them in equal proportions here. So the trick here is sort of figuring out what you want to do with it all. But the first thing we want to do is we want to get storage tanks for each flavor here. Now the heavy oil I kind of want to keep close by here, so I'm going to put put a storage tank for heavy oil over here. And actually probably a couple of storage tanks, because we're not actually going to use a lot of heavy oil. Yeah, like that. That's good. Alright, there's our electronic engines. Lasers. Need them lasers, because those are going to be our longer-term defensive solutions here. Now this, our light oil, I want you're going to be piped way over here, because this is actually going to tie into my grander strategy. I had teased before on the comments section about the SOS experimental factory setup here, and this kind of ties into the SOS factory setup here. What does that have to do with the light oil here? Well, I'm not going to say right away. I'm going to continue to tease you mercilessly. I'm sorry, viewers. It's what I do. Now for the petrol needs to be reasonably close to some other materials here. In fact, the petrol, we might want the petrol to be piped back down here so that we can do stuff with it over here, adding materials from the main bus line. But I think our best bet is to put it in here. So our petrol stuff's going to be right here in the middle. So, actually, let's do that. We'll get you here, pipe to ground. See, this is why I went through all the trouble of doing all this excess pipe work. Also, you want to be careful. You do not want to butt two different normal pipes up against each other, because then the stuff will mix and you just have to delete it and start over again. It does not. That's no bueno. Okay, we got 2 storage tanks for petrol. So now our refinery here is oil refinery Yvonne is doing its thing here. Now here's the whole reason why I want this big massive storage tank of crude is our oil wells have a slowly declining rate of processing at 0.9 per second. Look at railway here. 0.7, 0.7. So these are actually kind of weak oil patches here. Anything under 1.0 is kind of on the lower side, and anything above it is better. Okay. All right. Yeah, we got this. All right. So now, in our next episode, we are actually going to start making use of all this oil here, and seeing and also tapping a little bit more into our network here, getting some more goodies built up here. Our railway that we are currently researching requires engines, and engines are a unique thing in the sense that even if you have the materials in your inventory, you personally cannot manufacture engines. It has to be made by automation. So it's kind of a sticking point. Say, hey, you have to be this skilled in order to get going here. However, yeah, we're just filling with petrol here. Not going to have a lot of volume here, but again, I'm not wanting a lot of volume here. Crude oil slowly filling up here. That's what we want. We just we're sort of punting when it comes to the oil here. So then, if you like this episode and want to see more like it, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment. Good, bad, or indifferent, your feedback is always welcome. So until next time, this has been Pinstar, signing out. See ya.